Hi, in this video, I will show you how we can compile program as 32-bit when we are using 64-bit compiler. So for this, I'm logged into my Linux VirtualBox and using Mobile Extreme. Let me make it full screen and increase the font size for you. So when I say 32-bit or 64-bit application or binary, we will check this. For that, let me first create a basic program using GCC compiler, and I will call it hello.c. And sorry, hello. Let's call it hello.c. Let me open it using VI editor, and it's already there. I will just delete everything, or I will create something else like 32-bit example.c, and here I will just include a header file. And we'll say here integer, or better say long integer a is equal to 10, and we'll try to find its size using, and that we can do using size of operator. Printf. For long integer, the access specifier is I think ld, but since we are using size of here, so we need to use that access specifier according to the return type of size of value. So here if I say size of a, then I believe it should be lu. Lu, this is for unsigned long, because the size of operator returns unsigned long and return 0. Let me come out and let me compile this file to object file a.out. It got compiled. So when I run this file, I will see the size of long integer 8 byte. So if you remember, the long integer size is 8 byte on 64-bit operating system, or when it is compiled using 64-bit compiler, but its size is 4 bytes if it is compiled using 32-bit compiler. So we can say that this compiler is 64. That's why we are getting outputs at 8. So this is 8 here. Okay, now let me compile it with 32-bit compiler. Okay, and let me minimize the screen. So first we will see what is the first we check whether it is 32 GCC is 32-bit or 64-bit. We can check by passing -v flag in GCC, and we can see here this says it is 64-bit compiler. So what if I want to, let me maximize the screen one more time. So what if I want to compile this program as, before compiling, let me show you one more thing. Let me check the type of the how many bytes. Let me check the bytes of this application we created, or the binary we created. If I just say this was our application binary, or the binary, and this is 64-bit binary, because it was compiled using 64-bit GCC compiler. Now if I want to compile the same thing using 32-bit, then we have to specify this flag M32. This flag is used to specify that I want to compile this program as 32-bit. So if I compile it, I can ignore this warning for now. We can fix this later on, but these are just warning. It means the binary has been created. Now if I run the binary, I'll get 4. If you notice earlier it was 8, because it was this binary was compiled using 64-bit compiler. So now since it is compiled using 32-bit, on 32-bit system, the size of long integer is 4 bytes. So I can verify, if I can verify the file type of this. If I do this, I can see this is 32-bit now. Earlier it was 64 bits. So this is how you can basically compile. So by default, when you compile any file, by default, if that is 64 compiler, by default it will take 64, and you can explicitly specify this size as well. And if I run this binary again, it will be 60, it will show 8. And if I check the type of this file, then it will be 64. So this is about changing, or how we can compile program as 32-bit compiler. Now second thing, if I want to check if I check this for integer. So for integer, uh, on 32-bit and 64-bit, the size of integer is 4 always, so it will not make any difference. So let me compile this one more time. So if I compile this program as 32-bit, let me run it. It's 4 byte. If you see here, this is 4. And if I compare same program using 64 and I run it, it will be 4 only. So as I said, the size of integer is 4 bytes only on 32 and 64. So this is about compiling the program as 32-bit using 64-bit compiler. So, and anyways, if I want to check that about the operating system, then you can check here. It is supporting 64-bit. So this is 64-bit operating system, but we wanted to compile this program as 32-bit or 64-bit. So I showed you the example of this flag m minus 32. Well, thanks for watching this video.